Hello and welcome to this quick character guide for Jarlaxle. He's an elf rogue of the mighty class. Starting off with his common boots. His common ones are going to give us stealth 50% of the time. I'm assuming once we get to level 13, that'll probably be 75% chance of the time. My personal favorite and probably the best is once you get his rare to level 10, 100% chance of the time he'll gain one extra action so he can move away and also attack, which is very versatile. Or you can go for his epic, which once you get to level 7 will have a 50% chance to perform one melee attack. Or if you want to be able to attack everybody in one zone, this will have a 25% chance for all enemies in the same zone to inflict 75. I assume once we get it up to level 3 and 4, this will maybe go up to 50% of the chance, which may be good, but overall I prefer movement, so I think the best is probably his rare out of this class item. Going into his helmets, or his hats in his case, the common is just going to give you stealth for 4 turns. His rare is going to give you stealth plus also a 50% increase in attack, whereas his epic is going to give you stealth plus an increase to a crit, which is one of my personal favorites. But another great option is his legendary hat, which is going to give you stealth plus also an increase to his damage. Moving into his necklace class, or his trinkets, his common is going to give you increase to a damage, which is a very good option. I generally do not recommend the rare pouch because this gives you counter attack, but mostly the time you do not want Jarlaxle to be attacked, so this will be very useful. I prefer his epic, which gives him a 50% chance to score a critical hit, and seeing that Jarlaxle can attack many times, this is a good chance for the critical hits. But arguably one of the better items is his portable hole, which all enemies in the same zone would get injured for 75% chance for 3 turns. This is also a great item. One of the complaints I do have with Jarlaxle though is he's a very slow character, so it takes a while for him to get these perks to go off and then to also be able to attack, because most of the time you'll want to use his hat item and then his necklace item before you can actually attack, so it's very slow. One of the things I would recommend is that developers maybe think about adding additional action items to some of these to make him a little bit more useful, but overall he's still not bad. Going into his weapons, there's a couple items. So most of his items, once you max them out, are going to be able to attack a maximum of 4 times. They do relatively low damage if you're not getting your percentage dice modifier going off. So that's one thing to keep in mind, but they all have different effects. Some of them just attack random enemies, whereas the epic is going to be attacking the same enemy. So think about how you want to attack your enemies. I generally do not recommend these. One of the things I think the developer should also increase is give his rare sword a 50% chance to proc. So this will do 225% damage and dominate one target. Kind of going off Jarlaxle's backstory, he is kind of sly, so giving dominate to take control and advantage of his enemies is very important to him. So I think 50% chance increase to this would be very helpful and people would start using it more often. We do not have his silver hand yet, but I can't wait to see with that out. And once I get his legendary, this will be a good, so attacks 3 enemies and then also 25% chance to injure, so that's a great option. As always use your best armor, as the armor have no perks. And then go into his ring items, there's generally 2 I'll recommend. So one of his better ones, I believe, is his epic, which is great for PvP as he's immune to those different effects, so he can survive off a lot of things and always be able to attack. One of my more personal favorites is 50% chance. One random enemy in 3 zones will have a 50% chance to inflict a critical miss, so they won't be able to, they'll miss their attack essentially. And then a kind of passively okay item, if an enemy moves into a range, he'll have a greater % chance to perform a melee. I have it relatively low right now. I'm assuming once you get it up higher, maybe a 50 or 75% chance for this to go off, but right now it's not good for me. So this is a general guide for Jarlaxle, so go out there and destroy and save Waterdeep.